Hi friend, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about how you can make money on YouTube without relying on YouTube monetization. So a lot of people, when they create YouTube channels, when they create YouTube channels, their hope is to use YouTube to make an income, either as a side gig or as a way to replace their income. And they look at creators who are big creators like Mr. Beast, and they see how much money they make and they see the amount of views that they make. And they think if they do this and they just stick to it the way those people do, they'll be able to get the same type of results that they do. Now, the problem with this thinking is that, one, it really depends on what kind of videos you're making, right? So I want to put videos into three different categories. The videos that a lot of people are attracted to, and the reason why people want to become YouTubers, is because of the big creators who entertain people. So the entertainment category is the one that has a lot of views and potentially may have a lot of revenue stream coming from it, either with brand deals or with just YouTube AdSense. But it takes a lot for those people to actually make money, right? You don't see anybody like Mr. Beast just making videos. He has to put money into those videos to be able to entertain you. And so generally speaking, the entertainment category on YouTube is not a favorable category to go into unless you have a budget to be able to entertain the masses. And also, from what I've seen research-wise, the amount of money that is paid to those YouTubers in terms of their YouTube AdSense is not that much, because again, it's an entertainment channel, and the way it works is YouTube wants to put ads on your videos so it can sell products, and YouTube cannot really sell a lot of expensive products or things of that nature, or people don't want to use those videos to sell products, right? So entertainment categories are not going to be great categories for making a lot of money on YouTube. And if you look at Mr. Beast, he has actually created a business on the back end of his channel. So that is what I'm going to recommend that you do. I'm going to recommend that you look at creating a business with your YouTube channel instead of trying to get views. But we'll talk about that later. So the first category I talked about was the entertainment category. The second category I wanted to talk about was like the education category, which is where I am in, where you create a YouTube channel and you're educating on a particular topic, or you're educating for a particular audience. And so that category, and even within that, some of them are going to do well and some of them are not going to do well. So if you're educating on something that is like a hobby, like teaching someone how to do something, then a lot of times you're not going to get high ads or high CPMs for those categories, versus if you're teaching somebody how to make money, or if you're teaching somebody how to improve their health, then there's a high likelihood that people are going to want to put ads on your videos, and so you can get higher CPMs that way. But again, the problem with this model or this category is that it relies on a lot of views. And again, with everything going on, you're going to need a lot of views to be able to get monetized. And so I have a health channel that I get like $100 a month or so on that. And if I wanted to get more money, I would have to grind and make a lot of videos with the intention of making money from that channel. And it would just be a lot of work for me, right? And that's just not the model that I'm going for. I'm not going for a model where I am grinding for half of what someone is going to give me. Like, to me, that just feels like going back to like being self-employed or relying on somebody for my revenue, right? And I don't like that. I think that as a person, if you want to make money, you should rely on yourself for revenue and not rely on somebody else. Now, making some of that money is good, but don't rely on it, okay? So entertainment category, you have the education category, and then I guess you have like the miscellaneous beauty, vlogging style, things of that nature. Again, all of those require you to have a loyal following that will continuously come to your channel, and you can have the views and you can make money in that way. The general theme I'm trying to make in this video or right now is that if you're depending on views to make money, it's going to be a long process, and it's going to be a difficult process. And it's a process that is not under your control, because you don't know what the algorithm is going to do, and you don't know who is going to come back to your channel. So we want to go into YouTube with a method of making money that is under our control. And for me, the solution for that is to create your own product, okay? And to use YouTube as a way to market your product, okay? So if you're creating a product, my advice is to create a productized service. This is what I've done for my health channel, where I have a problem that I'm solving with a coaching program, right? So, and then once I have that coaching program, I can then talk about how I can solve that problem on my YouTube channel. So the people who have those problems will watch the video, and the people who want to take the next step to work with me to help them solve the problem will then apply to work with me. And that is how I make money on YouTube. And so, like I said before, if you look at Mr. Beast, he has productized his channel. He has, I think he has like a chocolate thing, Feastable, right? So you can go to the store now and buy his product because you know his brand. And that is probably not a business model that I would recommend to a lot of people, because again, it requires a lot of money. But your knowledge is free. It's what is in your brain, and you can take that knowledge and put it into a course, right? Which is a product, and then you can combine it with coaching, which is a service, and help somebody go from point A to point B. So that's why I think that instead of using YouTube to make money, to get AdSense, to get brand deals, use YouTube to market your business, okay? And create a productized business or a coaching business where you're helping one person, you have an ideal client, and that one person has one problem, right? And you can solve that one problem. So you have one solution, and then you have a process in which they can follow. So for my program, I'm in the health space. So let's just pick something random, because I'm not going to talk about my particular course on this channel. But let's say that I'm helping somebody with hair loss, right? So I am like, they're losing their hair, and at the end of the program, they're going to learn how to grow their hair, right? So I am recognizing one person who has hair loss, that's their pain, and the solution that they want is to not lose their hair. And then I'm walking through the steps that they need to take in order to get to their goal. So that is the product part of it. That is the course, where the course is going to transform their lives. And the course alone can be sufficient. The problem with courses alone is that a lot of people fall off if they're not guided, right? And so having a coaching model on top of it helps, because it keeps them accountable. So in my coaching program, with the health issue that I'm helping people with, they have a course that they can follow, right? And then they come on coaching calls every week for guidance if they stumble. And then they also have other people who they become friends with. We create accountability partners. So they not only have accountability from their coach, they have accountability from their peers as well. And it's almost like when you're going on a journey, you have one person holding your hand on this side, which is your coach, and then you have somebody else holding your hand on this side, which is your accountability partner. And these two people help push you towards the finish line. They push you towards the goal. And that is the model that I love. I've used this model, and it's the model that I think is the best model for coaching or for helping people to transform their lives. And it's also a great way to turn the knowledge that you have into a product or a productized service and help the masses of people, right? You don't just help one person in the process, you help many people in the process. So I think that if you have a YouTube channel, have a YouTube channel with the intention of using that channel to grow a business, just like Mr. Beast is doing, right? Use it to grow a business. And in my case, I would say use it to grow a productized business, a business where you have a product that transforms lives, and you have a service, which is the coaching aspect, that guides people, that holds people's hands through the journey so that they can complete the course and get to the finish line. So if you're a person who has knowledge in their mind and who has solved a problem either for yourself or you've solved it for other people through your expertise or your profession, and you want to take that knowledge and turn it into a productized service, a coaching business, then you can apply to work with me, where I can help you do just that. I can help you turn your knowledge into a productized service so you can basically have time freedom, you can have location freedom, and you can help people in a way that works for the people and also works for yourself. So I will leave information below on how to apply to work with me. If you have questions or if you have videos that you want me to make about this type of business model, then let me know in the comments below. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.